Hi, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your December 2023 money and career reading for you. Now, I'm going to be shaking things up a little bit, so tell me how you think of this. So let's see what the tarot has to say. We are crowned with the Hermit, Angels, and Spirit Guides. And then we have the Lovers reversed, which is also Gemini energy. The Hermit is Virgo energy. We have the Nine of Swords. Interesting. We have the Six of Swords, Angels and Spirit Guides, show me clearly. We have the World, Angels and Spirit Guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Oh, goodness. Okay, so we have two more coming forward. We have the Queen of Wands, and that is us, Leo. We have the Tower reverse. We're coming out of a very chaotic time, but is there a love problem that's kind of making you misstep? Something that you love, something that you're passionate about. It can be a relationship. It can be, just something that is really dear and powerful to your heart that you are, that you're having a lot of worry over. So just that coming out straight away and knowing that during this time when we're focusing on money, when we're focusing on career, where's your heart? What do you love? What's important to you? How are you moving forward for you is going to be a really important thing, with that sense of my love is guiding me. My passion is guiding me. The world is opening up in a very big way. We are moving forward. We are uncertain as we move forward. It's almost like, kind of checking everything. Do I have everything? Is everything going the right way? Am I moving forward in the way that I need to be? With whatever we're moving towards, there is this sense of uncertainty, but also momentum coming. So that is a good thing. The Nine of Swords, with worry, doubt, and fear, that is just something that we're going to have to look at during this time and say, okay, what can I do to stop me from worrying, to calm myself, to center myself, to move myself forward in the best way possible for me. The Queen of Wands, we're connecting with our magic. Absolutely, positively. The Tower, we are having what once was a very difficult time for us. We're coming out of that difficult time, and we are coming out so much more learned, so much more powerful, so much more than how we went into it. Now, with the Hermit crowning everything, even though we have the World here, we are very comfortable, as all Leos always are, with being in the middle of things, having the spotlight on us, kind of showing and being shown. But we really need during this time to turn inward and say, okay, what do I want? What do I need? Where am I heading? This is a very methodical time. It's a time of looking at things from different angles, regrouping, understanding, kind of taking it in. And that's going to be very powerful for us, because we do want to kind of go, go, go. We have plans. We have a lot of things that we want to make perfect, during this time. And Spirit is saying here, hey, turn in, look, what's important? What do I need? What is the light of your heart guiding you to do? Because you're kind of a little bit disconnected right now from what you love and what you are severely passionate about. All right, so before we dive even deeper into this, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. Let's embrace this meditation as we have all this information coming at us, so we can really strengthen ourselves and strengthen our connection with Spirit. And if you would like to enter to win a free reading, put a snowman in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced on the 1st of January in a separate video. So watch out for that video. And yeah, all the instructions will be in that video. All right, good luck, everyone. So now let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, Leo. So we see what the tarot has to say. Let's see what spirit is telling us during this time, like where spirit really wants us to focus. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Here we have adventure. Yeah. So what's really interesting is that adventures, we always think, oh, turn outward, be in the middle of everything. But adventures can also be that turning inward, that looking at, okay, what's important to me? What do I need? What do I want? How am I moving forward? What do I desire? And this is going to be a time, I know we're talking about money and career here, but when we're on a bit of an adventure, we have a bit of that unknown coming forward. There's uncertainty here. And we're looking in ourselves and saying, okay, where do I want to be? And we're looking at the world and saying, okay, how does this fit with me? Or how do I fit in here? How do I move myself forward? And how do I go after my tenacity and my brilliance? There is a bit of an adventure during this time, this opening up of a door, this real sense of connection and power and instinct guiding us. And we will feel in the month of December, it's like, I want an adventure, like, or I'm on a bit of adventure. What will this do? How will this be? How will I open up that door? And that's going to be a really big, really powerful thing. Let's see what our chakra energy is. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Ooh, okay, you had these three just fall out. Interesting. They're all reversed, and that's not anything to be worried about. This is an intense time, December, astrologically speaking, as we saw from the 1st to the 15th. This is an intense time for us. And for everybody. So when we're looking at things to say, hey, listen, check into your root chakra and your holistic health. How are you taking care of yourself? Are you making time for you? Then we have personal power, the solar plexus chakra. What is your gut telling you? Are you connected with your gut? Are you connected with what your body is saying? And that's also with holistic health. Like, are we listening to our body's responses to things? With communication, reversed, there is a sense here of us not hearing. We can be so into our next step, our next way forward, what we think people are saying, that we're not hearing what people are actually saying, and we're not also hearing what spirit is saying to us. So being aware of this is going to be super important, because once we're aware of it, we can be like, oh, okay, I'm calming down, I'm centering into myself, I'm grounding myself, and making sure I'm taking care of me by eating all the yummy good for me foods, by doing what my body needs to feel at the top of its game. I'm listening to my gut. Again, I'm slowing it down, and I'm not going to assume I know before I actually hear. And one of the things that we can do, which I know is super annoying, but it's kind of like you can say to somebody, okay, you said this, and you can repeat back to them what they said, or like kind of paraphrase what they said, so that that you have what they said, in you, like you've internalized it, you've heard them correctly, and then you can move forward. So just even knowing, or we can say that with ourselves. Okay, so I want this. And if we say it and then it doesn't ring true, we're like, oh no, that's not what I want, or that's not what I meant. We can keep ourselves in balance. And that's going to be a really good thing, because we can get really worried and a little bit, I don't want to say neurotic, because that sounds bad and negative, but we can get into this mode of worrying, Leo, and then we can just be worried, worry on a hamster wheel, going round and round and not getting to where we want to be, or really embracing how we want to move forward for ourselves. It moves us then to our, excuse me, our energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This one right here. And this is the King of Cups reversed. Water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. This is somebody who's emotionally manipulative, though. So just be aware of that. They also will tend to have a worse bite than they do bark, which is, the opposite of the saying, right? Their bark is worse than their bite. But this person, they won't say anything, won't know where you're standing with them, and then they'll just kind of like come at you type of thing. Not, well, hopefully not physically. If that's the case, then, get out of there, most definitely. But here, it's more like you think everything's okay, and then they'll strike. I'm just seeing like a serpent striking and being poisonous and venomous, and that's who they are. Like, just understand that. We can be like this to ourselves as well, or to others, where people can think, oh, okay, we're totally cool, and then we can strike at things. Like, emotionally, we can just get overwhelmed, and the way we'll handle that is to be a little bit viperous. So just be mindful about this during this time. Oh, and everything falls down. That's beautiful. Okay, let's fix this for a moment here. Standing everybody back up. Moving these things. Spreading everything out. I do apologize about this, guys. Okay. Okay. So we're starting with the hermit, turning inward, slowing down, seeing things that happen, like spirit had everything fall, right? And it's like, okay, take care of the mess that is made, or take care of what needs to be taken care of, and don't let yourself be frazzled. That's going to be really important. It's like, oh, wow, this wasn't perfect. I should start all over again. It needs to be perfect. And Spirit's like, no, it doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to be real. And so when Spirit has communication and adventure fall, and then has it tap the crown chakra, what are we crowning ourselves with? Are we, when we turn inward, are we being aligned with our life purpose? Which, I mean, that's huge, right? Are you being aligned with your life purpose? Why are you here in this earth, in this existence? What are you learning in this lifetime? But Spirit is really saying, are you aligned with what you deeply want, with what's really important to you, with what you love and what you desire? Because when we turn inward, we're going after what we want to achieve so much. And we can be so focused on one goal after another, after another, after another, that we never touch earth, we never touch base, we never look at things logically. We look at things kind of in a sense of what will bring me, I don't want to say the most fame, but definitely what will put me on that kind of world stage. No matter what we're doing, what will get me recognized, what will elevate me, what will push me forward. So being mindful here that we're crowned with, hey, slow it down, connect inward, be kind to yourself, be gentle to yourself, move things forward in what is important to you, and put that paramount during this time. That's going to be a game changer. It really is. So here with the hermit, it's like, what is the internal light that is guiding you? What is the wish? What is the desire? What is the instinct that leads you forward, that you come back to? And it's like, okay, this is my center. This is my calm. This is my beauty. It moves us then to the lovers reversed. We can be out of balance with ourselves. Now, again, we can be having a love relationship, or, something that we love that's not really kind of ironed out, or like, pettiness can be coming up. We can be but we are out of balance with ourselves, with the duality of us, the sacred feminine, the sacred masculine. This is what I need to be for the outside world. This is what I need to be for my inside world, my inside self. So here, there is a sense of, what do I love? And we might not have been asking ourselves this for a very long time, Leo. It's like, what do I love? What am I passionate about? What do I need? What am I opening up the door to? What's important to me? And what do I value? And so when those questions are asked, we're going to be looking at things and saying, okay, where's the head and the heart, right? Because the head and the heart, when they come together, we spark, right? We have that fire, we have that passion, we have that beauty, and that's where we thrive. So this is connecting our head with our heart, our logic with our emotions, our desire to move forward, what we're passionate about, what we're going after, what is the bigger picture for us. And that's going to be a big deal during this time. And that's going to be a big deal for us. Now, if we have Gemini in our chart, if we have Geminis in our lives, we can find them to be a little bit challenging. Like, they can be somebody or something that we're like, oh, okay, seriously, they can be too flighty for us. It can be that, a certain part of our personality where this Gemini energy lives can just be kind of all over the place. And we're like, listen, I need to focus. I need it to be just like this. Don't try to control too much. And if you have a Gemini in your life, see what they are distracting about. So I see them from flying from place to place, kind of like being like a butterfly, taking in information, taking in information. What are they taking in that it's actually going to be valuable to you? It might be annoying as all heck, I'm not doubting that at all. But what are they taking in that's valuable to you, or that, is a bit of like wisdom, knowledge that helps you to move forward? With the 9 of Swords, this is worry, doubt, and fear. This is a sense of staying up at night. It's not just staying up at night, getting everything perfect for work, getting everything just a certain way, which has its level of worry, doubt, and fear to it. But it is a sense of, I can't sleep because my hamster wheel mind is going over everything that could go wrong. You might be having panic attacks, you might be just having intense anxiety or worry. So checking in with somebody during this time, because this can be a time that brings up a lot of worry for people. Do that. Also, if you're in the northern hemisphere, the days are getting shorter, the light is getting less. So either getting one of those, what is it, daytime lights that you turn on and it emulates the sunlight, that can be so important for you during this time. to help with the worry, to help with the fear. But there's anxiety here that makes it hard to sleep or makes it hard to have good sleeps, depending on how we react to things. So just being mindful and saying, okay, where's the chaos coming from and why is the chaos showing up? It moves us then to the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is the sense of I'm moving forward, I'm going after this, but it's almost like, what am I forgetting? So the girls are going into the car, but she has the bags over there. What is she forgetting right now? Like, what is the next step that has to be done? This moving forward, but the sense of, do I have everything? Do I understand what I'm doing? Do I understand where I'm going? Have I researched this enough? Do I know each angle? Do I know each, kind of like the person's every want, need, what they desire? Am I pitching this the right way to them? Am I connecting the right way with them? That's going to be something where even if we're just working in a group of people, it doesn't have to be that we're pitching anything, that we have, these big clients. It can be that we have either smaller clients or we have, the little community that we work with, and we can be really, yeah, really kind of doubting, am I moving forward the right way? Am I leaving something behind? Do I have all the information correct? And we're just kind of like overthinking it. And we're overthinking it with a level of doubt or a level of fear that spirit's like, why is that there? You're prepared. You've got this. You see it. You know it. It's time to move forward in that confidence in yourself, because people see you, Leo, as just naturally a very confident, very kind of like, I'm here type of person. And they don't see all the kind of like a duck, right? They don't see all the paddling underneath. They see the smooth sailing up above. Excuse me. So during this December, the world is opening up to you in a really great way. Financially, it can be, job wise, it can be, you can see different opportunities opening to you. You might have the opportunity to travel. I don't know. It can be in December, which that's not as fun as, maybe it will be other times of the year. But here, just knowing that the world is opening, I do see travel being a huge part of this. But there's also a sense of connecting with people over great distances that's also coming into play. It can also be getting new ideas, looking at things. It's like the world has opened, and it's all of a sudden you're seeing all the information you have around you. You're seeing all the valuable things that can help you to move forward, that can help you to get to where it is that you want to be. You're looking at things in such a different way. This isn't about just simply you, your existence, what you want, how you're pushing forward. This is about embracing your power. This is about standing in your glory. This is also about being seen. Like, people are going to pay more attention to you. There's almost a sense, when you walk into a room, people's heads turn. And it doesn't have to be in a way of like, oh my gosh, they're so absolutely gorgeous. It's in a sense of just the aura that you're giving off. Be mindful with the fear that you have, with the worry that you have, that it can come across a little bit of like arrogance to people, because they're going to think, oh wow, this person has it so put together, but then they don't see all the, duck like underneath, like all the paddling that's going on. So be mindful of that during this time. You are going to have doors open, but there's a sense of like, be really mindful during this time what you take on, because it can get to be too much, right? You already have a lot on your plate. You already need to connect with your heart, what you love, let the passion guide you. It can be just a little bit too much. So being aware of that can be a game changer. It's like the door opens, you have all these opportunities coming your way, but you're going to need to say no to certain things. And you're going to need to be very logical about a lot of it. It moves us then to the Queen of Wands. And this is you. You're coming through as a queen, the second highest minor arcana card. And you're represented by the wands in the minor arcana. Your fire sign energy. This is fire. This is passion. This is determination. This is focus. This is insight. This is a real sense of like, oh, I know where I'm going. So even though you have the doubt, the fear, the kind of like double checking instinct going on, there is this level of confidence to you that is absolutely undeniable. Now, what I love with the Queen of Wands, and one of my favorite things about her, is she always makes me think of the goddess Hestia. And I know if you've been here before, you're going to be like, oh, Dane, the Hestia story. Yes, for all the new people here, first of all, welcome to the family. And second of all, now you get to hear the story of Hestia, which is just exciting if you are a mythology nerd like me. Hestia was one of the main goddesses in Greek mythology. After the war with the Titans, you know, they took their throne, they took Olympus, and they all sat down, and then they realized, because obviously they hadn't before, that there were more goddesses than gods, and there needed to be an even number. That was just the case. And so they were going to start fighting again. And Hestia just stopped. And she was like, oh no, oh, no, 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 I can't do this again. We can't go through another, like, devastating, God on God war type of thing. I'll step down. And we think now in our way of thinking, in our, kind of religious guidings, we're like, oh, that was so noble and great of her. Yeah, but back in ancient Rome, you didn't step down from anything. And in ancient Greece, you didn't. You took your power, you claimed your power, you wrote your name bigger and better on absolutely everything, and you said, I'm the person you are to remember. And so with her stepping down and not being Athena, not being Aphrodite, no, no, yeah, not being Aphrodite, not being Hera, that was huge. That was huge. And not something that people thought, oh, that's a great idea. So there's something here where you're claiming your power and people can be like, oh, you're doing that? Like, you're going to do that? That's how you're doing it? But Hestia became the goddess that was in the center of every single ancient Greek and ancient Roman home. That's where she lived. She was the goddess of the hearth. The hearth is still known to get today, you know? And so she has power. She had power, maybe not on that grand scale, but on a scale that was right for her, that upheld her values, herself, what she desired, what she wanted. And so when we're looking at this, who cares what everybody else says? Look at your magic, your power, standing in your truth, what you desire, and claim that throne. Even if people think, well, you could have more, right? There could always be more. Yeah, that's one of the problems we have with our world, that there can always be more. You can always have more. So here, it's like, where am I happy? What am I comfortable with? What do I shine? Like, what really brings the spark into my eyes? What really lets me get excited about things? How do I follow that? It doesn't have to be that that's our 9 to 5 job. We love in the West to say, oh, we'll monetize it. We'll make all the money off of it and we'll be happy every moment of the day. No, when you monetize what you loved and were passionate about, it becomes a job and that takes away some of the sparkle. So here it's like, how do I have that sparkle in my life? It can be through a hobby. It can be through, really embracing a bigger vision for what you want, the way that you want to move forward. It also can be some revelations that you have where it's like, oh, but I'm happy with this. Oh, but that's what I need. Oh, I need to XYZ. Okay, that opens up then another door. And that has been learned through going through this tower time that you have been through. The tower time is tremendous change. Now, we always think of the tower time and people always say, oh no, the tower time. They always think of it as something awful. It can be something awful. I mean, it's not limited to only being awful, though. A tower time, and I love to use the example because it could be a wedding, and you look at people when they get married, how happy, how beautiful it is, how much time and effort they spend into it, or, finding each other. It could be that wedding, but then you're married and you go through a tower time because your world has changed and now you have to traverse that. It could be having a kid. Everybody's so happy, you're celebrating, you're picking out names, you're painting the nursery, you're doing all those things, or at least, you're setting up your wish list, and then you have a kid, and it's like, oh great, and then you're exhausted, and it's overwhelming. So here, it's like everything has its payoff. And your tower time, it doesn't need to be understood by anybody else. This is intense for you. This is powerful for you. So here, with the tower, you're coming out of this tower time, which could have been an illness. It could have been, devastation of one way or another. It could have been uncertainty, whatever it was. You're coming out of this tower time. And it's not that you're picking up the tower and saying, I'm rebuilding this. I'm rebuilding it exactly as it was. I'm having what I had before. That's gone. And that's hard. That is a hard pill to swallow. Especially if we really liked it. If we didn't like it, it's like, oh good, it's gone. Bye-bye. But we are building something new. But our mind has been telling us for a while, you want to rebuild what you had lost. And it's like, okay, but I'm building something different. And I can want to rebuild what I have lost until I realize that the past is the past. And now I get to embrace the gift that is my present. And it sounds corny to say, your present is a gift, but it is. It is. You have this moment, you have this time, and you get to shine in it. And you have the ability here to shine like so many people never do. Like so many people never do, Leo. So let's build something, kind of a little bit outrageous, outlandish, and beautiful. Totally connected to us. Our subconscious energy our spirit energy is imagine. Let yourself just have time to imagine. Doodle in a notebook, or write in a notebook. However you get the creative juices to go, start firing them up. Whatever that means for you, start doing it. because imagining opening up those pathways, saying to your mind, hey, listen, you have free reign, let's get going. That's going to be exciting. That's going to open up doors for you in ways you hadn't imagined as you imagine. There's going to be a sense of like, oh, well, why don't I do that? Just like for kicks and giggles. And then all of a sudden things change. All of a sudden it's like, oh, well, what about this? And what about that? And oh, I connect this and that. It opens up doors. Giving yourself permission to imagine, letting yourself open up to where it is that you want to be, like, and letting your ideas just throw, kind of like throwing spaghetti at the wall, see what sticks, see what doesn't, but at least you've gotten them out there. You've taken them out of the crisp, kind of like tissue paper of a dream, and you've put them into the power of reality. And that's huge. Our subconscious spirit message is inspired reversed. This is the sacral chakra. So spirit is saying here, hey, listen, check into your sacral chakra as you're checking into, your third eye chakra, your solar plexus chakra, your root chakra. Now check into your oh, this isn't your third eye chakra. This is your throat chakra, right? So from throat chakra down, check in and know that your sacral chakra is like, hey, where's your inspiration? Why haven't you been inspired? What's been going on here? You've lost sight of your imagination. You've lost sight of the beauty of just simply creating to create. What do you need to do? You need to tap back in to the sensual energy of existence and humanity. And that will be beautiful for you. That will be powerful for you. It moves us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of. It's the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands here is a celebration. It can be, hey, be mindful of a celebration, but which sounds ominous over the holidays. But it can also be mindful of what you're devoting yourself to. Be mindful of what you're saying. Yes, like absolutely it, without a shadow of a doubt, because there'll be twists and turns along the way that you just hadn't expected. Our subconscious tarot message is the Devil reversed. And that is a great card to have reversed, because we're going to see a lot of things that kept us chained, that kept us small, our addictions, our doubts, our fears, and we're releasing it. We're releasing a lot of chaos that has held us back. And as we release it, we are empowered, we are emboldened, we see ourselves differently. But it's like, it's like Scrooge in A Christmas Carol, right? At the end, where I'm spoiling it if you haven't read the story, but it's okay. it's been around for a really long time. Where he gets to be happy. He takes away the past and says, okay, that happened, but my life now, that's of my choosing. And I get to embrace joy and happiness instead of the hubbub, instead of the crankiness and the anger that he let bleed onto everybody else. He let just infect everything else. So here we're looking at the addictions, at the chains, at the hurt, at the pain, at, the lower base energy vibrations of it all. And we're saying, you know what? Kind of done with this. And I'm stepping into me. I'm seeing where it is I get to be without, any of the base negativity guiding the ship. All right, Leo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Oh, and if you're interested in a private reading, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. It's listed in the description box below, as are all the cards that I've used, or that we've used, me and Spirit. All right, so let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, beauty and intention of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Leo. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless, and happy holidays. Bye.